Nancy Motion, Nails in Motion. And go ahead on her page, her Instagram page, book you an appointment and she'll come through. She also works only in the Atlanta metro areas. Now if you're outside that area a little bit, just give her a call, give her a shout out. She may come through for something that you may need. She also can do anything like little group parties. So if you want to have like a little nail party, yeah, give her a shout out. She'll do that. She is a licensed nail tech. She's very good. She comes out to my house and does our nails once a month, sometimes twice a month, manis and petties. She was just at my house the other day. Okay, moving right along. Wait, I'm sorry. Before we move along real quick, anybody else that wants us to shout out their business or, wants to be part of our little small business segment, please just, look us up.
Feel free to look us up. You can either message us on one of our broadcasts, or you can either contact us 678-786-8006 and just let us know what your business is. If we don't answer, please leave a message. Definitely we'll contact you back and let you know when we will be able to plug your business in.
And anytime you reach out to a business that you heard here on our show, make sure you mention you heard it on the Jaybee and Kee talk show.
Yes.
You might get a little special treatment. No.
Just maybe.
Okay, so I was listening to something the other day. Actually, today. It was today. Mm-hmm. And this man said that if he meets a woman that's over 40, he said if she is 40. He said if he meets a woman that's 40 years old and she has 3 marriages behind her, he's running for the hills. Because something must be wrong there. And he doesn't understand why a woman so young, 40, is middle age. But I'm just saying, someone of that age to already have been married and divorced 3 separate times, he thinks something's wrong. So then, another person brought up the next question. He said, well, what if you're dating a woman who is 40, but she's married but's been separated this long time, and you're dating her and she's been separated longer than she's been married? That's not a red flag too? So I thought about that because I know 2 people that are kind of, similar in similar situations. So, so I was just wondering, and the guy himself, he wasn't 40. He was mid-30s, I think you want to say. But the person who asked him, he said, if you met a woman like that. So my question is to you, to everyone, and to Cherry. We have Cherry here today, so she's going to be giving her opinion on this too. Now, what do you think would make a man think twice about getting serious? I guess he was getting serious. With a woman who's 40 years old and had been married and divorced 3 times.
I don't want to be biased because I've been married twice, divorced once, going through another divorce. So I said I'm going through another divorce. I'm still, that constitutes that I'm still married.
That means you in both categories.
Right. I've been divorced and I'm in a marriage that's been separated for almost 3 years now. So I don't want to sound biased, but I believe, I don't want to say it's me. I don't want to say run from me because, you never know. We might be the perfect match for each other. That just means that I was probably rushed into those marriages and didn't really get to know the other person, or they didn't really get to know me, and we just, it didn't work out.
That's exactly what I think.
So I can't say that run for the hills because you never know. You might be running from your soulmate.
Now, what if you meet a man who's been married and divorced 3 times?
I don't give 2 fucks about that.
What do you think the census will be on that? For women to meet a man that's been married and divorced 3 times, you as just a general woman, would you be like, Or would you think ooh, the 3 times he been married, he must be a catch like that? I don't understand why that's a thing.
I wouldn't automatically think he's a catch because he's been married 3 times. I would just think that he has some good qualities or good characteristics that would make someone want to stick around with you for a long time.
And obviously
in their mind.
He's willing to go down the aisle. He's not one of them cold feet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Not one that'll turn you around or leave you stranded type shit.
You done did it 3
times. And he be like, ooh, let me try this fashion on this time.
He be like, baby, I got
let me try this color.
I got the plan and I know what we going with.
Let me try this color this time. Last time we was blue. And then let's like aqua this time. Maybe an emerald green.
You know how to play all the parts. He'll be like what's the Eddie Murphy, the clumps at the wedding. I'll give you away, baby. I know what to do. Don't worry about it. I'll give you
the clumps. It was another one. It was Eddie Murphy. Who did a whole Martin?
Did Martin do the whole family?
Martin did a whole bunch of folks though.
I don't know, but he probably did. I think I probably know what you're talking about. But I just thought about
Big
the
Mama
table.
House. I know he did Big Mama House, but it's some
about the table where he was at, where Eddie Murphy, he played it. He was the grandmother and the grandfather.
Yeah, that was Nutty Professor.
Nutty Professor, yeah. This guy be the deacon, and he'll give you away, and he'll be the groom. He know what to do.
And the best man.
Right, and the best man.
And the bride.
You go sit down here, he come catering. I got your plate, baby.
And in the audience, cry.
I give the speech. He said, I'll be the first dance with you. You know, he know what you ordered, steak and chicken. He got all that stuff.
But I mean, shit, I would think the same thing. We've already said earlier, open-minded. You have to be open-minded. So, open-minded. If I would say for myself that I just feel like I met the wrong person, why wouldn't I think the same thing for him?
Okay, so would you lie about it? Well, I know you personally wouldn't lie.
I was gonna say, bitch. Like, no.
But do you think, okay, so the thing I was looking to, one lady said she's married now, and she was married twice before. But her current husband don't know she was married twice before. He only thinks she was married once. She said she got married when she was young, got divorced, then she got married again, had 2 kids with the second husband. And then when
so
she
he
got
only
divorced,
knows he only about the second husband.
Yeah, he only knows about
the kids.
Because
And he might not know about the second husband if it wasn't no
If
proof.
it wasn't for the kids, yeah, that's no proof. That right there, yeah, I had somebody.
Unfortunately, I wasn't artificially inseminated this time.
So he know about that one. She said that she just never mentioned it. So at first she considered herself not a liar until he said, well, you've only been married once, right? You know, she just omitted the truth. She didn't lie. She just...
So when he said you only been, when he asked
that's
the right question.
Yeah. Then she said, oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've been married twice.
Yeah, once. No, she said, oh yeah, once. Because he said, you've only been married once, right? She said, oh yeah, once. So now
she kept the lie going.
She kept the lie going.
Now she's a liar.
Now she's a liar. But then I guess her friend or somebody was talking to her, trying to make her feel better. Probably something I would do to one of y'all. And she said, well, you know, girl, you was only married. Technically, you was married only 6 months the first time, and then you got divorced. So that's like an annulment. So technically, that's not a divorce. So you weren't divorced twice.
It's a breaking up.
So we just broke up real quick, like.
Yeah, she said that one doesn't count. She said that one doesn't count, girl. And that's what I probably would tell you. You can't count that first marriage. That's what I would say.
I was married.
Just to make y'all feel good.
The first one too, so shit.
Yeah, I can't say that. And then the whole thing with the being now, see, I dated somebody after my husband. After we separated, I was with my husband forever. We met when we was teenagers. We dated. We had a child. I was pregnant in high school. After high school, we got married. We stayed together the whole time. We raised our daughter together, which I guess was a good thing. I mean, she saw some crazy stuff, you know, that she probably shouldn't.
You know, somebody said that. Who was that? Steve Harvey. He was like, children would rather not live in a broken home than to live in a broken home and watch mommy cry.
I agree with that. Because she saw a lot of mommy crying, mommy and daddy fighting. You know, she saw a lot of stuff she probably shouldn't have seen. But hey, I mean, everything that we all got our cross to bear. You know what I'm saying? We all got our story to tell. Yeah. But, you know, that's said and done. And we didn't separate until my daughter was... I graduated high school, senior in high school when me and my husband
were y'all
separated.
the parents that said we're going to divorce once she's out of the house or once
we realized that our marriage wasn't working out, we were like that because we were going to separate before that, but he said just wait until she graduates high school at that point. But we had problems the whole entire marriage, and we weren't that couple that said we're going to stay together for the kids. We wasn't that couple.
But that's what it sounded like. That's what I was asking.
We stayed together for convenience. I don't think he thought he could survive on his own. I thought I couldn't survive on my own. And we stayed together for convenience, comfortability. We had been together since teenagers. I'm all he knew, he all I knew. We may have stepped out on each other, but as far as being with somebody in a relationship, we're all we knew. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's what it was, fear of the unknown that made us stay together.
Right. And I believe that's what makes me stay in a lot of relationships too.
And then,
or the fear of, damn, I done found one extra good quality from the last person. So, damn, I done found one good thing that's a step above what I had last time. I don't want to lose that shit.
Yeah, like that. I just didn't know.
And then be scared. I ain't gonna find nobody else with no other good qualities than the last nigga I was with. Or the last bitch I was with. Whichever one.
But see, now I'm separated and I'm dating, but I'm still married. And the dude I was dating before I moved to Georgia, he said he don't have a problem with that. He said because he feels like if you separated, you've been separated a year, 2 years.
Right, y'all not together. It's over.
Yeah, the marriage is over. The only thing is a piece of paper hasn't been filed or signed or whatever. As far as that's concerned, he said, I don't feel like I'm sleeping with somebody else's wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like we're, what's the word? Having an affair, committing adultery, shit like that. And I agree with that. He's like, once you separate.
Legally, yes, but technically, no.
Yeah, legally. But I mean, legally, like he said, he was like, legally, one time slavery was legal. That don't make it right. You know what I'm saying? So just because something's legal, that don't make it right or wrong. So, okay. I understand him on that one. But I feel like
so maybe, do you think that marriage is considered to be like slavery, bondage? Like, I'm saying like when they first brought it up, you know, when they first put marriage into play,
because the woman was considered the man's property.
Right. So how the fuck do we still continue this?
Yeah.
I think so. With your best friend forever.
But we can be with each other forever without the paper.
I don't know. I've never been married.
And then it was for like other reasons.
Now you gotta pay to get rid of motherfuckers.
Yeah. It's harder to get divorced than it is to get married. You know that. You know that.
I have been trying to get this divorce done
since
last year. Slasher.
And that's the thing. See, I'm still married, but I haven't been trying to get divorced. But, you know, if I'm in a serious relationship, you know, let's say I'm in a serious relationship and he has a problem with the fact that I'm still married.
I'm listening to
that I'm still married and then he wants me to get divorced. I'm just like, ugh.
But like our niece is going through the same shit with her man. He's still married and they've been together for 10 fucking years and he's still married to his
That's what I was
ex-wife.
gonna say too. I know a couple that's been married for been together for 20 years. And he's still married, and I've known them the whole time they've been together. I don't know who his wife is. So my thing is, in a situation like that, like who cares? You get what I'm saying? Like who cares?
And my thing is, to be honest with you, I know it's more than likely illegal. I think it is illegal. But when I got married to my second husband, they asked me, "Are you married in the United States?" And I said no, and they just said okay. And so there was nothing like. Who gives a fuck if they're not gonna contest it and you know they're not gonna contest it or nobody's gonna come out the blue and be like, that's still my wife.
The lady I know,
that's still my husband.
The lady I know that's been with the guy for 20 years and he's still married. She said, "Look, let me not go to work for 3 days. That's job abandonment." She said it's been 20 years.
She done abandoned that marriage.
She said that
marriage is abandoned.
Yeah, marriage abandonment.
That should be a law.
It should be.
I think be a law.
So
automatic divorce if you do not.
That is a law.
Is it like common law marriage? It can't be.
A lot of states don't even have common law marriage.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of states probably don't have this too, because a lot of people probably wait till the years is up and be legally divorced instead of pay for it. Because I would do that. Let me wait another couple years.
The process is faster because you left. You abandoned it.
He left. He left.
What happened if you don't even know what a person is anymore?
That's what talking about.
That's why they was like, "Son, you can put an ad in the paper for like a week, and if they don't respond to it, then you put it in the paper. The last known county that they lived in, or something like that.
You have to pay for the divorce.
You have to pay
even if they don't respond.
No, that's
you pay for the time frame of the ad to be in the paper for that time, and that's what the payment is for it.
Really?
Yeah.
So they don't respond.
I don't understand why people
go through the divorce process.
All the separation.
Well, how much is the paper thing? Because if it's like $300, then you might as well pay for the divorce.
If you already know that you don't want to be with each other, I don't know where you at. You don't know where I'm at.
Right. Let's just we agree to disagree. We agree to agree that we don't know where each other is.
We should just get a paper notarized, and that's all it takes. Like, that's it. Just get some notarized.
Right. That would be great.
Wow. Yes. That's all it needs to be.
We both state that we no longer would like to be married. Notarized. Bam.
Well, I know y'all hear a voice over here coming from the side, so we might as well introduce her. This is Cherry. Come over in there in the camera some kind of way.
Some kind of way.
I mean, I don't want me to move, because if I move, I'm getting up and going out and come taking a break. There she go.
Hi, there she is.
Come back in, because I'm going to introduce you. So this is Cherry. And she's going to have a little segment. Well, she's going to be included in one of the segments that we have.
Yes,
okay. So Cherry is like, I call her our sexpert, our sexologist.
Sexologist, okay. Sexpert.
She won't say she a relationship, counselor or guidance or whatever. But she is sexpert, okay?
Yes.
Let's just
talk
about that.
That doesn't mean that I'm in a sex profession.
She's a Scorpio. So no That's all that. Enough said.
No, she's not. She's not.
No, she's not like
star.
that. She's a regular person.
She's not a porn star.
She's a regular person.
Yeah, she's just a regular.
And Cherry's her real name. That's what her mama named her. That's what's on her driver's license, her birth certificate. Her name is Cherry. So I made up a little name about your name whenever people tell me, well, is that her name? Yeah, a song about her name. Because, and then, because her first name is Cherry, her middle name is Charmaine, after her father, whose name is Charles. I'm telling all your business, girl.
Girl, with a hand up, like, oh, girl.
So when I make the song, I be like, Cherry Charmaine, hey, Cherry Charmaine, Cherry Charmaine, Cherry Charmaine. I got a song for, song for people's names sometimes. That's how I do. So, because she's like our little sexpert, I had a question I was going to ask her. But now I'm realizing it's not even a sex question, but it's a vagina question.
Well, that works.
So that works.
Yeah,
you
so
have
that
a
works.
vagina. We all have vagina. Plenty of people have. So, so I was coming across something. You know, I do a lot of reading random articles and stuff. Jason told me one time, he's like, stop all that reading and shit. He's like, you always reading something. He was like, you always coming up with some bullshit. So I was reading something one day that had said, this girl said if you put yogurt, just plain yogurt on it. You heard about it? On a tampon.
It's for yeast infections.
No, that's not what she said.
What is it for?
She said put yogurt on a tampon and insert the tampon. It makes your vagina healthy
good.
And taste good. So when the man is eating you out, it tastes good. Something about the
healthy.
enzymes.
Healthy is because it helps keep your all your stuff, your pH balance. That's why the yeast infection, it helps. If you've noticed, you can home remedy clear a yeast infection with plain yogurt, not vanilla yogurt. It's plain
That's what
yogurt
said,
with
plain.
no flavor, no nothing. And you put it on the tampon, you stick it up there. Gets rid of yeast infection, it pH balance, you get rid of odors, and it actually helps you taste good.
So I heard that, so I just wanted to kind of throw that, like spring it on. You like, bring yogurt on a tampon. What you think? Go.
So first of all, maybe call me old school. I use soap and water. And a nice,
washcloth.
Hot rag. Easy work.
Call it a wash
First of all,
rag.
That's disgusting
All
and messy.
white.
No one has time for that.
Bruh,
Unless this
it
person
is-
has
sounds
food
messy.
stamps and just buys yogurt. But yeah, no one's doing
Because
that.
nobody's really wasting
I
it.
think that's
Imagine
gross.
the kids go to get the yogurt and you're like, no, not that kind. You
And
get the
if you
vanilla
just
one.
watch
Get the
what you
strawberry.
eat, if you're
You
inclined
can
to
eat it.
having,
You can actually eat it
Yes.
though.
yes,
You can eat
if you have
eat it,
a
but if directly-
yeast infections all the time,
Then just eat some, put it in your
change
diet.
your
But see, I
diet first
didn't-
of all, and take care of yourself from the inside.
Don't be a beeraholic.
I didn't hear that it was good
Or
for
eat a
yeast
lot of bread.
infections, but I'm good at it.
But it is.
But I'm glad it is.
I mean, eating it, they got a whole section in them.
Yeah, eating it
aisle
helps.
for
Like,
that.
it bacteria. It cuts bacteria.
I will say, knock on wood. I hope this is wood.
Let's not
Knock
do
on
that.
I
wood.
think
I
it's-
will say I've only had one yeast that I know of. One yeast infection. Not saying that I know of, but maybe I had two. But it was only back when I was like 14.
Let me
When I
tell
first
you.
started my
was
period.
pregnant, man.
Yeah, that's when I had my
When
mouth.
I got it
in
when
my
I first
mouth.
started my period. I know people that got them in their
call
mouth.
it thrush.
I know a guy that got it in his mouth.
Yeah.
I know a guy that got it, and they said they could tell.
They
that
said
I
it was
didn't even know
because
it
I was
a thing.
pregnant and it's off balance. Like I was.
I only had to eat, and I didn't know what it was the
And
first
so,
time.
ladies,
I was like
it's these strips
14.
you can buy that you can dip in your pee and check your pH balance.
Really.
It's
And then,
really
and if your
just that
pH balance is
simple.
off,
So my
then what
thing
do you
is
do
though,
to correct it? Just
ladies,
change your balance.
change your diet.
Change your diet.
Change your diet is
And
what
it
helps your
could be
pH
the
balance.
Panties you wear,
Yeah,
it could be
it
your
could be.
lotions, your soaps.
But I don't put any fragrance on my baby.
I don't either.
I am strictly, but I've learned. I even looked this up, you guys. Y'all can look it up if y'all want to. Y'all can look it up if y'all want to. But I looked it up. Just water for the inside.
Yeah.
Soap
On
out
the
on
outside.
orally
Outside.
only,
On the
because when you
outside.
put the
Do
soap,
not put
it don't
soap
put soap in
inside.
your.
That's
You
not
get
what it's
all
for.
types of bacteria
And it's gonna dry you
infections.
out. And believe me.
Please don't do it. Just
Don't
water.
do
just,
that.
just hot water on your washcloth.
And if you want some references, I've always been told I taste very good. So if you want references,
So and then eat the
I'm
yogurt.
sorry, I don't. Really
Eat the you stupid. Eat the yogurt.
I'm cherry. My
Eat
name
the
speaks
fruit.
for itself.
And yeah, so eat the cherries, eat the fruit. Yeah, all right. So yeah, it's just your diet, I guess.
Yeah, it's mainly.
Okay, but I just want to know, had y'all heard of that? And y'all have heard of it.
Yes.
So it's a thing.
It's a
so
thing.
maybe somebody try it and let me know what happens. Is it messy? Does your guy say, "Oh, you taste great, baby"? Like, does there a problem? Is there any side effects to it?
Right.
I don't know. And if anybody who already does it, let me know. I'm just curious. You know, I'm curious about stuff like that. I do research.
Let us know.
Remember, I told you I have areas of expertise. Remember, I told you not to ask me.
And
what those
anything you
areas
guys
are.
want us to talk about, if you have any topics that you would like for us to talk about, please feel free to comment under our videos or under our podcast, or you can give us a call at the number, like I said before, 678-786-8006.
I just feel like smiling. Sometimes I feel like
I know, I saw it.
but
I
I'm
was like,
not.
the next thing.
But I'm not smiling, and I think I am. So,
Just
Okay.
a smile, just a show.
all right. Now I have a question. Another question. Do you want to know your mate's body count? Maybe we want to know when we're younger, but we all a certain age now. Do you care what your mate's body count
I don't
is?
care.
And do you want to know?
No,
I don't care,
All
no.
I care is about when the last time you've been to the doctor.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you go to the doctor regularly?
Because after, no matter how much your body count is, you go to the doctor and you clear, and then bitch, them
You
people,
have a
they don't
primary
matter.
care physician.
That's like a how they say a however or a but. Anything before that, it doesn't matter.
And every 10 years, I just erase.
Delete.
She resets.
I
She
can't
puts her
stand
reset
data.
button. Here you go.
Gotta clear out the
I'm
data.
Now I'm 42. I'm at like 2. I'm okay.
I just
Bam! There it is. I'm at
just
2.
cleared out.
2.
Mm-hmm.
So listen, I have one more question. Listen. So I was on my app last night. You know, it's predominantly gay people on there.
I didn't know, but okay.
I thought I explained it, but no, there's a
No,
lot.
you didn't
There's a lot.
explain it.
So, this one guy asked me that we were doing a Russian roulette of questions. Like, they'll do the Russian roulette, and whoever it lands on, they ask you what they want to know from you. And he asked me, would I suck a dick with my man?
Suck a dick with your man. Suck another dick while your man is there.
No.
Oh,
would
your
I
man
help
is
my
sucking and you
man
sucking.
suck dick? And yes, I would.
I know you probably say yeah.
I did say yes. Yes, I would.
So that means for me.
My answer
My
is
game,
no.
that means my man is open to options,
My answer
and
is
I
no.
don't give a fuck. I like that. I'm turned on by that.
I know you're turned on by it. And I'm not saying I'm turned off by it. But let me say this. If I was to do something like that, if I was to help another gentleman give fellatio, right? And I was to assist him doing that, and we taking turns and we having fun. I'm just trying to say that I don't think I could you wouldn't be
Call
able to
you
be
my
my man. Now, I'm not saying we couldn't have fun or whatever, but what I'm just saying is I don't know how I would want you to be my man. Like, I couldn't, no.
I'm just saying I'm open to a lot of things, and I've been me and my ex, one of my ex-husbands. Well, my ex-husband, because I only have one ex-husband because I'm still married to the second one.
Be careful, because now we're going to have to edit.
Why?
What you about to
Because you
say?
can't say ex-husband.
Because now we know you only have one ex-husband, and then you have one current husband. So you already done said ex-husband, so you done narrowed it
Okay,
down.
well then never mind. We're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah, I'm going to say, you going to edit.
Now they want to know.
Edit button.
Well,
Where
y'all
TJ
will not
at?
know.
Call baby in.
No edit button. I know how to edit this myself. But
But if you would have
it's
just
still-
said, I know somebody who's somebody, and I'm asking for a friend, then we would have just let that ride.
because you know how I am,
And we
so
know
that's
how
why.
she is. That's why I said in the beginning, would you lie? And I was like, I know.
Nope.
No, you
So
wouldn't.
never mind. I'm
Would
just
you lie
not gonna
about your
share the
body
story.
count to regular people, not her? Would you lie about your body count? You know, my thing is this. You know, it's none of your business. You know what I'm saying? If you ask me, I guess, like, if you really want to know, I guess I would tell
This is
you.
my thing.
But don't hold it
This is
against
my
me.
thing. I don't think people really want to know your body count.
They
I
wanna
think they
make
want to
sure.
know you're clean or you're safe.
I never
Okay.
had nobody
All right.
ask me that.
I have.
I
used to keep track.
not since I've been 20. Like, I never had no grown man
I had a notebook.
ask me.
I used to keep track.
She used to have a notebook.
I had a notebook with every
Like
name.
in high school, though.
Yeah, it was high school.
Yeah.
I had a notebook with every name and how many times.
Really?
And when if it changed afterwards, I would go back and change it and
You
add
got
it.
a whole sex journal.
I did. I don't have it anymore. I did when I was younger. Like I was younger.
Because I always wonder, like, those
High
people,
school.
you know, when you go get your checkup and they ask you, like, what last people you've been with, like, you know, and then somebody get their test results back and it happened to be like, oh, you got some shit. Now we're going to call the people. Like, you're the only person that will be able to do that because
I had
you
a
have
journal.
a whole list
Yeah, I
of journals.
did.
Yeah.
I really did.
I wondered what kind of person was that. Now I know. You know?
Yeah, you know.
Me, I did. I had a whole blue folder. It was a blue folder, you know, the old folders with the prongs in the middle with the
I'm
little
gonna say
thing.
you had a Trapper Keeper.
And no, it wasn't the Trapper Keeper. It was the prongs.
Remember Trapper Keeper?
Yes, I had Trapper Keepers.
all-
I had to
everything
have
I had
it.
was
If it
Trapper
didn't say Trapper Keeper, I didn't want it.
I
Do
didn't
you
want it.
still have that notebook?
I don't.
No.
I have no clue where it is.
When did you stop writing in the notebook?
Oh, probably like my senior year of high school.
Okay, good. I thought it was gonna be.
I thought you were gonna say
last
21.
month.
No, I thought you were gonna be like 21 or 22.
No.
No.
No, senior year of high school. Yeah, probably when I, yeah.
Now I would say this. Now I know a man who
It'd
is
probably be like full now.
Maybe because I had my first son at 17, and then after anybody I
Exactly.
was.
I had my first baby at 17.
Yeah, I mean I had my first baby at 17. Well, my only baby at 17.
That's who I was with. Like, I was
Yeah,
with
that's what I was with. And then I got married, so I was married until I'm still married.
Corey invasion. And I said, like, I don't.
Yeah. I mean,
really
we I have multiple. My number is multiples, but I'm just saying it's not one.
No,
My number
I ain't
ain't
got no
one.
one.
I plead the fifth.
My number ain't one. I plead the fifth as well. But what I'm saying is,
I have two sides.
What I'm saying is I'm not ashamed of my number.
Boy section, girl section.
I do too. So shit, I do too.
If that's the case,
So
give
do
me the
I.
two books.
I'm not ashamed of
I
my
had my
number.
shit sectioned off. I had them folded. I really had them.
She probably had color pencils.
It wasn't color pencils, but I did have it color coded.
You know that rainbow
That's
pen
so
you can
cute.
push down.
That's so cute.
I did have
That make
it.
me want to be like, oh, look at you.
I did have it color coded.
Look
Where
at your
you know how they had
Look at your
you had the
little
plastic. You had the. So you know how you have the plastic dividers with the color shits on the end.
I can't.
You know how when the kids come to you and say, Mommy, look what I drew. I would be like, oh, baby, look. And this is beautiful.
So I had it separated too.
You said it for
Bitch, I know you had more than one page, so let me see.
This is
So-
great, baby.
So, yeah, I did. I had them color coded by age and size and. Yeah, like
I'm not gonna say
if
that's
it was
too
good,
much.
if it was good and I would go back, or if I
That
wouldn't
means
go
you're very
back
attentive.
and I wouldn't, or if I was like that was a one time thing, like I won't do it no more. So I'll know like if you call me, I'm like,
Based on what the note said.
okay. No, I had to check.
Based on the notes.
Let me
you know.
check my black book or
You
my
may have
blue
got
book.
written
Let
up
me
a few
check.
times
Let me
or
check
two.
the blue book value.
Let me see if you got any write-ups. Let me see blue book value. Let me see if you got any write-ups in here. Let me see. Let me see what your last review is
Oh, like I would
With a
even
D? Is that
look.
D?
Look,
It means
if
D, right?
even if I had an embarrassing moment with them, I would put that in there. Like, no, I can't have sex with him no more because he made me bleed, or he was too big and I couldn't take it, or some shit like that.
I guess at least you know you are very attentive to your sex life. That's very good. That's a good thing.
Important.
I always see a silver lining. It's important to you. That's
So
good to take
I
that
did.
seriously.
I would take into consideration niggas' nuts was musty, so won't do it with
Maybe
him
I need
again.
notes
Or
then too. We should have all had notes.
I shouldn't have had them.
Shit.
I did, and
Musty
then,
nuts.
yeah, or
breath.
house nasty,
House nasty.
or some shit like that, or lied to me about size or some shit like that. Or, I really used to go down, or I'd be like, ooh, jackpot, ooh, A1, or
Exclamation point,
or like
exclamation point.
he told me he was this age. Why is he not this big? I was younger.
Yeah, so you thought
I was
age
so
came
young.
with
Yeah,
size.
yes,
Age
I
was
did.
connected to
I was
size.
12, 13,
Okay.
fucking with a 27-year-old, and it was not.
Yeah, that's a whole different.
I got a nephew who get on my nerves when he come out the shower because I'm like, boy, you can't come outside in just a towel. Put some jeans on. So that size and age don't go together.
It don't.
Because I'm like, you need to size. So
It
now you
doesn't.
wonder why he's 16, fucking married women.
And
I said,
that's
tell him
why.
to put his jeans on.
And that's why. That's so
Please,
why.
all married women, please stay away from my kids.
And please stay away from my
Please
kids.
stay away from my
I don't have no sons.
Stay away from my
I got
boys.
a daughter, but stay away from my nephews.
Stay away
But
from my
anyway,
Yeah.
So I know a man in his over 50, and he told me that he did not ever ask. This is how we had this. What came up with this discussion. He said he would never ask a woman her number because he said he's irrational when it comes to that. So he said he thinks a woman. Say he gave me a scenario. So he said, let's say a 45-year-old woman who had never been married and just dated casually throughout her life, had a few relationships. So you figure 45, never married, had casual relationships. He said her number should not be above 6. I almost dropped the phone.
But
And this man is over 50.
40, never married.
40, never married, casual relationships throughout her life, and her number should be below 6. Now, I didn't want to... Below 6. He said 6 was the max. So he said because he's never met a woman, of course
you sure he didn't say 60?
No, he said 6. We talked...
16?
No, we talked... You know I ask these questions now because I'm completely baffled.
Because, nigga.
I'm dumbfounded. Like, where you live? What planet you live the fuck on?
50.
And he's 50.
So how many he got?
He not sick, but he got 100 and something. He good. He 200s. He good. So he's one of them. What I say them people was with male and female
double standard
chauvinist. He's the type of, and he said that to me. He said I am that. I'll be guilty of that. He said a man can sleep with whoever they want to sleep with. He said a woman, you should be conservative. I said you are ridiculous if you think that a 40-something-year-old woman has only had 6 partners and has never. I could see if she was married for 20, 30 years and she been married this whole time. Maybe she might be under 10. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like if she stepped out on her husband once or twice, but she got married when like when we was little and our old aunts and uncles. I got an auntie was married at 18 and she stayed married her entire life till she died. Now somebody like her, her number's probably like 6. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but what is he? An unmarried woman in her 40s? I think that's ridiculous. And he said because he never met a woman that can fit into that box of 6, which I said I can understand.
And you will never.
That he
will never unless he's met Mother Teresa, and it would be 0.
Mother Teresa's number, she probably got 8 because she had a life before she became a. She probably had 8, and I'm pretty sure there's at least one person on this planet that say they done had that. I'm sorry,
that they done had Mother Teresa.
Yeah.
They done had that.
I know it is like. So men, do you want to know the body count of the woman you're dating? And do you have is there a number that's too much for you? And is that number not conceit? Like is it number 2?
Is it not feasible? Like is it like, come on now, be rational. Be like,
I said, even if you're 40-something years old and you had sex with a person once a year, let's say you were dating somebody, you had a year relationship, and you only had sex with that person once a year, and you're 40 years old and you started having sex at, say, 15, your numbers are already going to be in the 20s. You're going to be 25, 26 already if you was just having sex once a year. And if you cut that in half and say every 2 years, you're still at 12. My point is you're still above 10, you're above 6. As a 40-something-year-old woman, even conservative 40-something-year-old woman who's only having sex once or twice a year with 1 or 2 different men. You get what I'm saying? So my point is I thought that was ridiculous for a 50-year-old man to say.
Yeah.
I really think it was. Another question that they was talking about, and I said, I'm going to ask the question. I'm not personally going to answer it, but I'm going to ask you. Who was your best head? Now, again, I think that's too... Unless you have somebody like, ding, I know right away. But most people will compare and be like, he was good, but he was better.
I have one.
You have one?
I have one.
I have one too, but I'm not going to say.
And I have one only because I'm not a head doctor. I'm not a person that likes head.
Yeah, she's something wrong with her.
Let me. I have to explain this every time. I have to take back how I say it. I don't prefer head. Let me get it that straight. I like it. I like it a lot, especially if you know what you're doing. But I don't have to have it. Just give me a straight dick and I'm good. But I would like to give it.
I don't have to have it if you know what you're doing with the straight dick. But I enjoy it.
Right, I don't have to.
First of all, that's like getting a
she had
burger.
to seat over from that.
And a burger
no
with
fries.
no fries.
Burger, no fries,
no cheese,
no condiments, no nothing. Just a burger. Just a burger.
Just meat.
Really? I want burger. I want lettuce, tomato. I want mayo. I want ketchup.
I do too on my burger, but I don't need it on.
I want a brioche bun.
And then I want a brioche bun. And I want
artisan
New Orleans seasoning on my
artesian
fries.
roll.
I want Cajun fries with that too. Yes. I might even want a little bit of slaw on the side.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
You don't like foreplay at all?
I like foreplay. I love my titties sucked. I love my neck nibble on. I love you to finger me. I love you to
That's
play with
why
my
I don't know
ass.
if
I love
trust
all of that.
Your answer when I'm gonna say best head because you don't really.
You don't have an answer.
It's not
I
a
don't
thing.
have an answer. I've been done right, and I know what's right when it's done right. Niggas
Okay,
knees
without telling
shaking
me who
and
it
can't stand just steady nutting on the nigga face. I know.
Without saying his name, just tell me like what you said to him or what made.
I couldn't say shit.
What did you think?
mean?
Even afterwards, what did it make you think? Oh my god! Because I know mine was.
I didn't
like
say
this.
anything to him,
I said
but
like
he
this.
had already told me he was good at what he was good at it.
Okay.
He did tell me that.
Okay.
And I don't want to say his name anymore
I don't wanna
because,
say his name.
because I know I just don't want to say his name. But yeah,
Well, I know.
it was a long time ago though.
It just made me feel like I think I told you about this one. I think I told you about what I said, and I never had anything that just amazing before in my life. That it made me question. Well, not sex. Just head. And I just thought I said, oh my God, I had just had this. I said, where did you learn this from? And I had to ask him, like, where did you learn this? And he was like, well, I said, was you abducted by aliens and they took you to another planet and taught you how to do something and then dropped you back off on Earth and now you giving alien head, like you giving extraterrestrial tongue. Like that shit was just amazing. Amazing.
I've had head that made me like somebody I didn't like. I was like, oh, you get on my nerves. Oh,
wait a minute.
Shit, wait. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Okay. Like, oh, he's a fucking asshole, aggravating ass. Oh, why does he even come bother me? But then I fucked around and let him eat me, and I was like, oh. And I would probably let him do it again if I would probably. I just don't like him.
Got the cherry stem tied with your tongue if you don't know, and now you know. Scorpio.
I don't know. I don't have a person that has not ever not.
So everybody's
right?
the best.
Everybody's good.
So she done had all-star head the whole time. That's
like
it.
every nigga she chooses,
She
like they got
gold
head doctor on their forehead.
Written. That's a gold.
Like she she got a head doctor radar.
I ain't never had anybody less than a 10, less than an 8+.
No,
I'm
you
really
can't.
seriously thinking like, have I had somebody that sucks so bad? I'm just like,
Just stop.
So anybody who knows Cherry right now and knows who you are, if you ever been in, you should really be feeling yourself right now.
Right.
You should really show this to whoever you dealing with now and say, look, man.
I've had people do it thinking they doing something, and I'm like, oh my God, could you please get off of me? You pushing your forehead and my bone at the top, or you.
I've never had something that bad. I've never had anything that bad to make me want to say, look, just stop. Just do something else. Do something else.
I really think I haven't had.
I really have.
Oh, Jesus. I want to have somebody that sucks.
No, you don't.
I don't know.
All right, well,
I wouldn't wish that on my worst
enemy.
enemy.
You teach somebody how to. I feel like, because I don't.
But you know what? I'm mad because I have had people that do it, and I'm pushing your head, or I'm telling you where it's going, and you're not going.
You doing something else.
Or you just fighting me like I'm.
Yeah. Like you think you know what I like.
And I'm like, no. You like, no. And I'm like, no.
Like, no, yeah, I've had that too. Like, I'm telling you where to go. Just let me guide you.
Really
and then I don't want to say it, and I'm like, babe, just go down. No, I'm pushing you down. Just go down just a little bit.
Yeah, like let's do a little bit of let me teach you what.
Because you're too high. You think you're on the clit, but you're above the clit, and that's not.
I don't understand how you lose a clit. Like, how do you not know what that is?
I have had it like they're in the hood of the skin of it and not under the clit. Like,
yes, and I don't like that feeling. So then I gotta push you down.
So now you're on top of the clit and not under it with a little man in the boat.
Now
in
I feel
the
like
inside
you picky. Now I feel like men probably like, look how hard it is. Look, like all you gotta do is just do like this to the dick, and they, oh Jesus Christ! All you gotta do is not scrape it with your teeth.
Oh no, I got a dude that likes that.
Likes the teeth scrape?
He likes me to bite it.
Oh.
Like hard bite it.
Yeah,
and then just like bite it and then like just ease off of it a little bit and just like it.
Ooh, if I had a dick, that would make me
is.
hurt right now.
Yeah.
I know who it is. Well, let's cut so you can tell me who it is.
We don't have to cut. Just imagine who I just.
Yeah, I know now. I know. Stop. Now I know who that is. Yeah.
He likes that.
Okay. Yeah, we still got to cut anyway because I'm about to rag on this nigga. No, I'm playing.
No, not on camera. You're not.
I'm playing.
So,
that's why I said we got to cut.
Okay, but nah, what we're gonna do? Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna do our new artist of the week right now, you guys.
Yes.
So new artist of the week this week is gonna be Kato. And also Baby Taliban. We're gonna do 2 this week, so 2 singles, Kato and Baby Taliban. So we're gonna take that break and we will be right back.